The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the June 24th, a terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstances of these markets. We'll go figure out with the bulls and bears what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered. Go ahead, send me an email. Send it to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, all the U.S. indices trading to the upside. Dow's up 333, S&P 27, NASDAQ 100, 111, Russell 21, Semis 48, Trandy's 57, New York Stock Exchange up 123. Spot volatility index, that is trading out at 1569, well below the 50-day exponential moving average. Gold's off $5, silver 1 penny, light sweet crude is off 6 cents, natural gas up 10 pennies. That's a big move for it, and it is generating a breakout message above prior resistance. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside, you got Tesla. We talked about Tesla yesterday. That's got quite more room to run, I believe, to the upside. It's up $34, $6.90 is the print. Chipotle's up 30 as well. MicroStrategy 21, Align Technology 19, Eli Lilly up 17. Shakers to the downside. Amazon off $31, less than 1%. Equinix off $24, that's 3%. Biogen 17, nearly 5%. Generac Holdings finally pulling back. That thing has been a rocket ship. It's off $12, down 3% out there. So let's go take a look at what you want to look at. We've got the first question. There's really two questions. Let's get those out of the way. Then we can go take a look at the general markets. First question was on fuel cell, and that's coming from Mike. Mike writes in, he says, looking for an entry point in fuel cell seems to be hovering around today's daily oscillator and change line, but it's several bars closing below 30-minute. What are your charts show? Let's go take a look at it. So here's what we know right now. Fuel cells below the bottom of the daily profile. Not bullish. It is consolidating with inside its weekly profile, consolidating with inside its monthly profile. Let's go see what the daily and the 30-minute time frame charts show at the present time for Mike out here. So on a daily basis, you're absolutely right. Price is just hovering right around its oscillator and change line out here. On fuel cell technology, it's got the TD9 count top, which sent price all the way back to its breakout level, which was 838, generates that hammer candle out here. So you're looking for an entry point. All right, let's do what Mike's doing. He's going to look at a 30-minute time frame chart, and he's saying, well, what do I have out here? Now, the one thing that Mike didn't have was the TAS market profiles. So we see the sideways move, and what price has been doing, it's been finding support at the bottom of that profile. It's 922. It appears to me you're being patient on your entry here, and you should be. And if price closes below 922, that could take you back to 854. We don't have that message. We don't have a topping pattern on a 30-minute time frame chart. All we have is price just moving sideways, consolidating, if you will, and doing it above a support level, which you didn't have. So I hope that helps you out there. Back to the daily time frame. So what should Mike do out here? If you've been looking to get in, and you want to go ahead and just simply use a pullback, a retracement back to a level of support that was at 838 level, then you could start laddering in on a position if you would like. You would not want to be in a position, long position, if price closed below 838 out there. If you're looking for some type of pattern on the daily time frame, again, just a sideways move out here, and the only thing you've got are support levels. So, Mike, I hope that helps you out with regard to fuel cell. Quick peek in the weekly chart out here. What is its signals to you and I? Really not much, other than support resides between 733 and 825. So I hope that helps you out with regard to fuel cell. There was a question inside the Tiger's Den, but I believe we've got a caller on the line. Do we have Garo? Garo, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Hey, perfect. Great to hear from you, Garo. I'm going to go ahead and try to open up your specific page of charts that I've got for you. Why don't you tell the folks what you're calling about while I do that?
I'm calling regarding Apple. It is not functioning properly. It's very lousy, and I don't know why. I want to buy. I tried to buy twice. I didn't dare, and I canceled. I want to know what's your idea where to get in.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to pull over this chart, by the way, folks, that's up on our screen. This has many, not all, but has many of the tools that Garo uses to be able to make market calls out here. Because he specifically is asking me, what do my charts show? That's what we're going to go to next. So here on the daily time frame, what Apple is signaling to you and I is that it still wants to make a move up to 137.07. 137.07 is the TD9 breakdown level. The reason that the charts are communicating that to you and I right now is because this generated a TD9 topping pattern back on June 17th. And that high was taken out a couple of days ago. That high was 132.55. So a key level of resistance failed. It didn't fail from the standpoint it formed, price pulled back, tested the oscillator and change line, a level of support. So it did what it was supposed to do, never broke through any kind of levels of support. So longer term, over the period of the next several days or week or what have you, it looks like Apple wants to go target 137.07. Now, that doesn't mean that it can't pull back further. And so we're going to go take a look at the short-term time frame charts. And on a daily chart, if price did begin to pull back, the level of support would be around 130.99 to 131.23. But let's go take a look at a short-term time frame chart, such as a 30-minute. And on a 30-minute chart out here, we can see prices moving higher, doing less relative energy. And right now, price is below the bottom of that 30-minute profile. So one level, Garo, for you to watch is going to be 133.58. This could be during this half hour, which doesn't close for another 17 minutes. But if at 130, price is below 133.58, then Apple is signaling that it may want to pull back to its breakout level from the 30-minute chart, and that would be 131.62. So, Garo, at this stage right now, any questions about the daily or the 30-minute time frame chart that we just looked at?
Yes.
Yes. Garo, do I have it?
My estimate is on a 60-minute, if you bring the 60-minute on the 50-day simple moving average, 131.95.
Okay. So you've got 131.95, and I've got 131.62 on a pullback inside of Apple. So it's nice that we've got now. It's nice that we have two areas that come together out here. But the real key is going to be 133.58 out there. And if close below that in another 16 minutes out here, that would be the signal, 131.62. Okay?
Yes. Very good. Thank you,
Garo,
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Always great to hear from Garo. Of course, folks, I'd love to hear from you, too. 877-927-6648. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. One of our denners wants to take a look at an entry point for the trade desk. TTD is the ticker symbol. We're just going to pull over the white background chart. Talk about a chart that loves the TD9s out here. If you look at its high, several highs out here, just several turning points. But so one of those are going to be way back on December 22nd, 2020. It was a TD9 top as well as Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. Goes ahead, moves lower, and moves lower until when? When it forms a TD9 bottom back on January the 6th out here. If you take a look at another bottom that formed with the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal back on March 30th, you look at another one. Now, this question was, he was looking for an entry point. And he or she, I apologize, I don't know. In any event, if you take a look at TKC, the entry point was the TD9 count pattern. That was back on May 11th. Now is not the time to enter. The reason is because price is running right up into resistance. Resistance is the TD9 breakdown level. You've got one at 75.31, one at 75.45. Now, if price closes above that, it does give you the signal of a move up to $97. But bar number 6 today, I would think you would want to buy this on a retracement. We can see the oscillator and change line on a daily basis. Changed colors yesterday. Over time, price and that line will catch up to each other. That may not be for a week or so, at least out here. But on a daily time frame, now is most certainly not the time to enter as price is running up into a level of resistance out there. And I would hesitate to suggest that you try to jump on the momentum train out there. But, you know, maybe you do, maybe you don't. So I think what you've got to do is wait for some type of short-term signal. I don't see anything like that at the moment, and just be a bit more patient. But watch this stock. Follow the nines. So if you're looking for an entry into TTD out here, based upon the number of times the TD9s have worked for you on this chart. Please just continue just simply to track that pattern. If you're not familiar with that pattern, just go sign up for Mastering Probability. Do it for 30 days. Doesn't cost you anything. And what you get out of it is a gigantic education out there. So I hope that helps you out with regard to the trade desk. Now let's go take a look at the equity markets out here. And let's start with the strong dog being the leader, and that is the NQ. So I'm going to fire up my other charts out here, and we'll move over to that page. We'll do that as we surf around these charts out here looking for different signals. And we're likely going to get different signals from different instruments, even if they're all each indices. So we're going to begin by taking a look at the NQ. And on the NQ, this is our 8-panel chart, multiple time frames that we use for cash instruments. We got monthly, weekly, daily, 30-minute, 60-minute, 120, 240, and no, this is not really the time frame I use for that. Oh, it is. For the NQ I do. I apologize. This is for the futures contracts. Hello, Steve-O. Where are you? I'm right here. So on a monthly basis, everything looks bullish out here. No topping signal or anything in place. We covered that we covered that maybe even yesterday. On a weekly chart, everything here looks bullish. Price continues to move higher. Does so with less relative energy. You need a weekly bearish reversal candle to suggest something else. On a daily time frame, price took out its TD9 count. Well, it doesn't even have a TD9 count up. My apology there. Apple did, but the NQ does not. This has got an A to B equals CD pattern. We covered that during the market update. I think it's around, I'm not going to tell you what I think it is. I'm going to tell you what it is. So short of a bearish reversal candle, which would confirm a sell the D point, what the NQs are signaling on a daily basis is a move up to the 14,545 level. Right now you're at 14,356. On a 30-minute time frame, we've got the TD9 count. So this is important, and the reason I wanted to get over to the NQ was because Gar was calling about Apple. And so you've got the Apple, which is a large holding inside the NQs out here, and you have the NQ. And so we really want to kind of put the two together. So just as we looked at inside of Apple having a top, I think it was a TD9 count top, if my memory serves me correct, out here, so too is the pattern inside the 30-minute time frame for the NQ. Let's just expand the chart out. That's all you're going to be looking at now is the 30-minute time frame chart. And what price is doing, this is important to, well, Garo, you're not going to really be taking any information or taking any action. I know you're going to wait for that larger pullback or your other signals to show you something. Here, inside the NQ, the level you're watching is 14,336.50. Because if the NQ holds that level, I find it hard to believe that the Apple will be moving substantially lower while the NQ just simply pulled back to test a level of support. So for all those people that are intraday by the dipsters out here, you got to watch 14,336.50, both from the bullish standpoint and from the bearish standpoint. From the bearish standpoint, you need to see two consecutive closes below that. Then you're looking at price moving back to 14,273, 14,264. But if price holds, this was nothing more than a short-term topping signal that took price back to support, which is at 14,336 level, and that it could be back off to the races for the rest of the day. That's a 30-minute chart for the NQ. As we look at the other four time frames, 60, 120, 240, 5-hour time frame charts out here, there is a TD9 count pattern that is also established on the 120-minute time frame. Price right now is sitting right at its oscillator and change line, and its level of support on any pullback is going to be 14,270. So I would say if the 30-minute NQ fails at 14,336, that then signals the 14,270 move. That is not the message of the markets right at this moment. But it is important to understand where those key levels of support are, and then when they break, where is it that you would be looking for price to target out there. So I hope that helps you out with regard to the NQ. We've got a question at the end, so we can come back to the other equity futures contracts. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch over, get back to my radio show charts as soon as I can find those. And then we're going to go to Bill's question. Bill's question is about Nike. NKE is the ticker symbol. And his question is, well, let me just get over here. Earnings are out tonight. What do the charts say? So NKE, again, is a ticker. Whoops, NKE. Let's try that again, Steve-O. There you go. And Nike right now trading above the top of its daily profile, Mr. Bill, with a little bit of a V-shaped recovery. Up to a prior swing point, no chart. Oh, yeah. I got to remember to do that. Sorry about that, folks. Still getting used to switching around to these different monitors that I've got. Now you've got the chart. Thank you in the studio. So now you can see that little V-shaped recovery price above the top of the daily profile, running into a little cluster of resistance, prior swing points out there. And those prior swing points on the daily meet up with the center of the slightly bullish structured profile on the weekly chart. So price is sitting at 130, or you got resistance at 133.93. You've got support on the center of its monthly profile. So price is sitting really at support. So what are the charts saying to you? Let's go take a look at Nike's other chart. See if there's any other signals out here. Is there any tell? So forget about earnings coming out. If we were just simply going to look at the daily time frame chart, what we would say is, what would we say? I would have to say this. I see 3 or 2 higher lows coming back and comparing the lows from March 25th out here. But I've also got lower highs. Yeah, this is a toughie. Now, the resistance zone is 135.49 to 136.90 on the daily time frame. Weekly chart, what do we have? The weekly chart... No, so the weekly chart says, man, I form a nice Rhodes momentum indicator top. I pull back and test support at 125.63. So you're going to want to watch 125.63 to the downside, because a close below that says, okay, Nike's getting ready to make a run on a weekly basis for 96.55. Is that the signal at the moment? It's not the signal at the moment. Just telling you what to watch for come the earnings release. But are there any tells out here? And I've got to tell you, Dan, I don't have a real good tell inside of Nike as to how it might want to trade after it releases its earnings this evening. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Tom O'Brien has just published his 1000th Gold Report. It's amazing to think that Tom has been writing his weekly Gold Report for almost 20 years. To celebrate the 1000th issue of Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, we've just launched a Tiger Dollar sale which runs for 2 weeks only through July 4th weekend. We've doubled all the Tiger Dollar bonuses, where you can now get up to a 40% bonus on your purchase. But that's not all. Inflation is here and the price of the Gold Report is going up after July 4th. Right now, you can lock in the Gold Report at the current pricing of $97 a month for as long as you remain a subscriber. This deal won't come around again. Get your Tiger Dollars today and apply them to the Gold Report before the price goes up on July 5th. Tiger Dollars never expire and are good for any TFNN newsletter or service as a great way to add savings. Head on over to the front page of TFNN.com for all the details and help us celebrate Tom O'Brien's 1000th Gold Report.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out and speak with Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Steve. It's nice to talk with you again.
Thank you. Same here. And today we're going to talk about the Russell 2000, the futures contract or the actual cash indice, or does it matter?
My question is, well, first I wanted to let you know that I did go back and check the count on Tilray.
Yes.
And your count was correct. I just mistakenly started the count one bar too early.
Well,
so when I went back and checked that, yeah.
Thanks for letting me know. I really appreciate that because I thought about that last night, and as I often do while I roll around in bed while my mind is recapturing the day's events. And the one thing that I didn't say is, hey, please check that out because maybe there's a problem on my system that I didn't know about. So thank you for putting that to rest in my mind out there. So that's good. So then, now to the question is you want to talk about the Russell 2000. So tell me what your question is and how I can help you out.
It had more to do with, if I understand it correctly, there's going to be a rebalancing that's going to take place on the 28th of this month.
Yes.
And I have a couple of stocks that are going to be added, and so I wanted to know just your experience. I mean, to me, in my mind, it would be a benefit if you're being added, that funds would want to, it would be necessary for them to then buy that stock to, be now part of their fund. And then I was also wondering what your experience was just overall, how that might affect the Russell, overall, not just those individual stocks.
So I wish I could give you answers to both of those questions. So I have not, to my knowledge, held a specific stock that was being then all of a sudden added to an indice. Now, I may have owned it, in my retirement funds through ETFs and so forth, but not an actual individual stock like you're speaking about. So I don't have the intimate knowledge to be able to provide you with an answer. I do think, though, the way that you're speaking it, logically, that makes sense to me, that it should be something good, not bad, for the individual stock. But I would go back to the actual stock chart patterns of those individual stocks and see what they are communicating to you. Is there any one specific that you wanted to look at?
Oh, there are ones that we've talked about. Like Hyliion is going to be one that's going to be added.
Okay.
BioNano is going to be added. I think there's some others as well, and I don't really have knowledge of other ones that have had that happen to them in the past.
Yeah.
I could go back and look at the chart. That would be helpful. And maybe if somebody can just throw out there to the den, or maybe somebody has some knowledge that, beyond. I just thought I'd check with you. And I don't recall if I have anything that I know of other stocks, maybe more like in the S&P, not necessarily in this case, in the small caps. So that I don't think it would be much different. I think it would be a benefit if you're being added. That would seem logical, but. Yeah.
Well, anytime you've got built-in buyers, right? Versus sellers.
You would think it would be a benefit. And then again, I don't know if it's going to be something that's going to happen that day, or if it's something they have to do as it's getting close. I don't know how it all works. If it's that day that it happens, or if it's leading up to that it happens. That's the thing I don't really know.
Yeah. So if I were going to ask the question, the person that I would ask would be Tom. I would think if anyone has that experience, it would probably be Tom. Larry doesn't spend as much time on individual equities. So, from a pattern standpoint, that would be a different scenario. But specifically, I would say, Tom would be the person. So maybe Tom's listening. Maybe he'll, if he is, maybe he can address that during his show at some point in time today. Or I'd say just give a call into his show. But I would think he or David White, maybe during the next hour, David might be able to, to pitch in here. But unfortunately, I don't have the information that you're looking for out there. The other thing that you could do, because the Russell, does go through this rebalancing, is you could go back and take a look at, which stocks were added, go back to the charts and see what type of movement they might have had out there, just to get some type of feel. But I just don't have that answer. I wish I did.
No, and I appreciate your honesty. You know, you've been one of those people that just kind of fudges it. Oh yeah, I know all about it.
Not going to happen.
At least you're honest about it.
Yeah. That's not my gig. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I do know, and absolutely what I don't know out there. And it's really just kind of like the last question that we were looking at for Dan in Boston, who wants to take a look at Nike. You know, what do you see out there? And there are times where I'm like, I don't see anything. You know, so that you could hang your hat on. You know, in that. And
I just always appreciate your honesty, though, Steve. That's something that's a big asset. So just, again, thank you so much for your help, and I'm sure somebody out there has probably got the answer. So
You bet. Well, if they do, I'll definitely
take
pass
care
it.
of yourself.
You bet. Thanks so much. So, and with regard to the Russell 2000, folks, it does appear that that it's targeting the top of its daily profile, which is 2332.83. And it should do that. So, you know, if you take a look at these 4 equity future contract charts out here, we know the ES Mini is trying to take out resistance. That's going to be 42.58.25. You close above that, its signal is it wants to move higher. That would just simply complement the signal coming from the NQ, which says it too wants to move higher with its target being 14.545. The Dow is now, at the moment, at 1:36 in the afternoon, is signaling to us it too wants to move higher because price is above the top of its daily profile, 34.026, so above resistance. And then that says, okay, well, as long as those instruments are signaling to us that they may want to move higher, then the Russell 2000 should go ahead and take on its 2332.83 level out there. So that's what's going on inside the Russell 2000. I'm looking at my other screens out here just to see if there's any kind of topping pattern in the Russell, and the answer is there is not. So it should continue to move higher. Whether it takes out 2332 or not, that much I don't know, but it should continue to move higher. Now, there were some questions that have come in by email, I believe, and there are 3. And so let me get my screens here readjusted, and we'll go take a look at those questions. And the first question, oh boy, there's a few more. The first question coming from Hector and the fuel injectors. So Hector writes in, he said, I'd like to add more on Generac. So Generac, what an amazing move this thing has had, GNRC. And we've just begun hurricane season, and we haven't really had a big storm. I know there was a storm in the Gulf this past weekend, right, in Louisiana. So there was a little bit of a storm. But not in any event. I mean, this is look at this chart here. Here is Generac. As we approach, so this is long-term chart at all-time highs. Now it's not all the way at its all-time high. It's pulled back just a tad. That pullback was taking place today out here. But what an extraordinary run! I don't know what kind of hurricane season we have, and even when they come up with projections, none of us really know what it's going to amount to. But you would like to buy this on a pullback, GNRC. So GNRC, and the levels right now on this chart here, the pullback that you would be looking for, pullback to support, is 355. It's anywhere between 338 and 355. It's 342 on the weekly chart. It's 266 on the monthly chart. So I don't know, and I'm not saying that that's where price is going to pull back to. So instead, what I think you've got to do is let's take a look at the daily time frame out here, and we're going to do that, you know, just as we're going into a break, and we're going to say, hey, is there any topping signal on the daily time frame? And the answer is there is not. So, oh, this is from Marvin, not from Hector. Yeah, Marvin, Starvin Marvin. The level would be 381.94. We'll cover that when we get back from this break.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at Generac Holdings. That's the battery backup folks out there. I've got one in my home. Works great most of the time out there, although I did have a major hurricane several years ago, and when you know it, that the unit pooped out. And you know what it was? It was a $2 part. It was a $2 part. Now, what I was doing at that stage when we lost, and we were major hurricane that was going on here. And we were buttoned down because we believed that this was actually the safest place to be. And so obviously I couldn't get anybody on the East Coast, Generac, to answer any questions. But so I said, hey, they're open on the West Coast. So I called the West Coast, tried to explain exactly what was going on. Of course, they didn't want to. You're supposed to be an authorized technician. And I'm just like, look, just give me the easy. What are the things that I can be doing out here? Because you could get it to start, but it would shut off rather quickly. And of course, it was just a some type of tool, little valve that I could have disconnected if they never were able to tell me. Anyways, back to the actual charts out here, and it is Marvin. It was not Hector that had asked about it. And if we take a look at this, Marvin, so what today, we can see an A to B equals CD pattern. And today's going to be that first bearish reversal candle. It appears it's going to be. It's both a key reversal session. That's where the high and low of the prior bar is taken out. You're in an extended condition. We certainly are. We're at a 1 to 2, A to B equals CD to the upside. And price closed in the opposite direction. It's also a bearish engulfing candle. So you've got everything you need here to indicate a short-term top. Now, when you form this, there's several different areas for us to take a look at. So I'm going to get rid of the A to B equals CD pattern right now, just simply to not clutter the chart so much. And one of those would be, let's use some of Larry Pesavento's method. Let's just simply use some retracement levels. And so as we take a look at the retracement of the entire A to B equals CD pattern, the first area that you're going to be looking for, Marvin, is going to be the 0.382 retracement area. And that gets you down to about 362.56. So a pretty decent move, another $30 or so to the downside. Now, I don't know if price will get there. And your question specifically was, should you wait for price to get down to Stevie's green line? Well, based upon this topping pattern that's in play, the answer is yes, you should absolutely wait for that. Now, that's at 381 and change out here. That number is going to move up and down, $1 or $2, what have you, as price moves up and down. But that's the first level. And it may be that that is where support holds. So it seems like you've got a really good handle on Generac out here. You already know where Stevie's green line is, so I'm assuming you've got that situation going. What you want to look for then, as price gets down to that 381 level, is look at the 30-minute time frame. See if there's some type of bottoming pattern. This too could be forming an A to B equals CD to the downside. Now, I'm not saying the daily is doing that, but on a short-term basis, we could have an A to B equals CD to the downside out here. Price could be targeting 383 or 371. You do have wave number 7, that's letter G, courtesy of Basil Chapman out there, and price right now is testing its breakout level of 392.90. That's the 30-minute time frame. The 10-minute time frame shows a TD9 count bottom. And so what you're going to watch for is today's low. Today's low is 390.16. A close below that says that price is headed lower into those areas that we were taking a look at. So, yes, wait for Stevie's green line at a minimum, but you may have to look at other levels out there. And those other levels could be retracement areas or other profiles that might form. Perhaps we'll get a new daily profile. We just don't have that as we speak right now. So, Marvin, I hope that helps you out with regard to Generac. And thanks so much for writing in, and best of luck to you. The next question coming in from John in Annapolis, Maryland. And John wants to take a look at ticker symbol SKLZ. And so let me get that fired up here. SKLZ. Let's go see what that is. That is Skills Inc. And the question goes like this. You always do a great job of technical. Could you take a look at Skills? Yes, we are. One of the stocks recently under accumulation in the ARC Technology Fund. Okay, so if we look at this chart, what I'm going to do is pull over my other charts first, and then we'll come back to this. So what do we have here? What do we have here? Right now, Skills, because price is trading above its green oscillator and change line and with inside its profile, it's a bear structured profile, John, price should target 2234 to 2403. If price were to get above 2403, you're looking at 2859. So I'm assuming you want to possibly add Skills. So go ahead. If you want to add it, you can add it now. Do I have a bottoming pattern? No. I don't have a topping signal. I just have prices. I do have a bottoming signal, TD9 counts out there, 2 of them. So it's got a nice solid bottom, but that's down in the $12 area. And price moves up. It's just a normal, at this stage here, I got to call it nothing more than a normal retracement back to a level of support at the bottom of that daily profile, which was 1894. So let me look at the weekly. Okay, so part of the stalling problem is its weekly oscillator and change line. Let me look at a 30-minute chart out here. 30-minute chart says what? Wave number 7, TD9 count. Price going to pull back to either 2019 or 1932. So short term, Skills is saying it wants to pull back. So let's say it's a 1932 level. What does that do to the daily time frame? You're still above 1894, which is the bottom of that profile. If you did see 2 consecutive closes below 1894, it would be signaling that price wants to target 1513. Now, 1513 would be your ultimate buy area. We just don't have a signal yet. And we may not get a signal, but that's what price wants to do. But the short-term time frame says, yeah, price wants to pull back a little bit further out there. So if based upon you want to use based upon what's her name, Kathy, right, from the ARC Technology Fund, if you want to know why she maybe is accumulating, I don't have that answer, but we could take a look at the market profiles and say, well, if she's using market profiles, we understand that answer. So I hope that helps you out, John, and best of luck to you there. I may have accidentally, while I was trying to chew gum and pull up, not that I was chewing gum, and pull up requests that have come in by email, I may have somehow deleted some. And if I did, my apology. I don't have any other requests that are in at the moment, and that means if you did send something in, I accidentally deleted it. And again, my apology for that. So short of that, not having any other requests out here, let's simply go take a look at some other charts. What's a chart that I'm interested in? Really 2 charts. The first chart is what's going on inside the New York Stock Exchange. Is its advanced decline oscillator back above 0? And the answer, it is not as we speak right now. So at 1:49 in the afternoon, it is still below 0. Below 0 says that sellers are in control. If there's going to be a turn in the market, based upon the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Oscillator, it should happen soon. Now, I don't necessarily mean 1:50 in the afternoon because it's 1:49 and change out there, but I do mean relatively soon out here. And if price closes above the zero threshold level out there, and it closes above it again tomorrow, well, then buyers are in control, and this will go ahead and make a run for the plus 150 level out there. We don't have that message right now. It is signaling a little bit of caution. But that's all that it's signaling. If we go take a look at the New York Stock Exchange chart, let's do that. Let me pull up those indices, and we'll pull over the New York Stock Exchange chart. Just curious what signals it's generating to us. Well, just as the zero threshold level is an area where there could be a turn down, its oscillator and change line would also be that area. So in the case of the New York Stock Exchange, still has a TD9 count top, still has Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. So far, this movement, it has only been a counter trend route. We would change that tune if price closed above Stevie's green line, currently printed at 16,587. So this also suggests a bit of caution. We don't have those caution signs inside the 4 equity futures contracts just yet, but we do have it in the New York Stock Exchange. Be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave! Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, and thank you, Hector. Hector was one of the emails that I lost out there, accidentally deleted, and he was kind enough to re-forward that to me. And his question was about Tesla. And Tesla and Palantir, big resistance points on each time, if time permits. So in Tesla, you've got a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside. The B point was taken out with volume. Here's your A to B equals CD. And not until you see a bearish reversal candle is Tesla going to generate any kind of a sell signal, which would be a Gartley pattern, or could be a Gartley pattern. Price has now made the 1.272 expansion level of that C to D leg. It's done it with a gap to the upside, and really a version of a wide-ranging bar. That's not how markets stop. Now, I don't know how Tesla's going to close today, but right now it's still signaling it wants to move higher. The higher level out here is 750.741. Now, price is inside a bullish structured weekly profile. Typically, when price gets above the center of the bullish structured weekly profile, buyers are able to push price up to the top. That's a 757 level. Confirmed A to B equals CD up on the daily. Price above the resistance level of the TAS market profile on the monthly. 757 becomes the natural target. Now, let's take a look at some other levels of resistance. Prices past one of those. 665.05 was a TD9 count breakdown level. Once you get above one of those, you typically move to the next area. As long as Tesla closes above 665, 724 becomes the print. And if price goes above 724, 877 becomes the target out there. So Tesla looking very good to the upside. You also wanted to take a look at Palantir. I only have enough time, I believe, to bring over the white background chart. And in the case of Palantir, it too looks bullish. Why? Because yesterday price closed above the TD9 count top and a TD9 breakdown level at 25.73. So Palantir, other than the fact that it is in wave number 7, that is letter G on my screen out here, suggested it too wants to continue to move higher. Any pullback should find support at about 25.40. Folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours. David White's up next, the Power Trading Hour. Tom O'Brien to take us on home. I'll be back with you on Fantastic Friday. Have a terrific Thursday, folks.